It's okay for the diaspora to have disagreements. Okay, it's okay for African people, continental African people, and the African diaspora to have disagreements about how things should be managed and how things should go, because we all have different perspectives. But to get online and to, because of those disagreements, say that one side actually hates the other side is crazy. Okay, I saw a UK podcast, and one of them said that they actually hate us. They really hate us. I don't believe that's true on either side. Okay, I believe because it look our the African, the continental African people and the African diaspora, we're all very different and we all come from very different perspectives. Okay, and it does not mean hate, because one thing is for sure and two things are for certain. Black America has always been for everybody black. It's been misunderstood. Okay. It's been misunderstood, because then you'll have people without that perspective saying, how can that be? What in the world? We're not and it'll start a whole argument. See, because their perspective is different, but we know what we're talking about. Now, when it comes down to people from from continental Africans not understanding the what's going on social media about the Essence Festival. Many of them never heard of the Essence Festival, okay? But basically what Black America is saying in a small, I'm just try to say it real small. Just like every group has their own festivals, Essence Festival was really a black it is Black American founded, okay? And so what should have happened was that, okay, well, something happened and it was bought. I'm trying to cut through all the stuff. Basically, that's a Black American festival. There should have been another festival created, I believe, co-founded by Black America and someone from the African continent, and it should have grown like that instead of trying to buy out something that has been decades for Black America and then changing it. It would have been better if it was co-founded by both of us with the same purpose of lifting. Because see, when something is founded, you have to you have to create it with the same goal in mind, right? Essence already had a goal, and someone came in, took over, and then tried to change the goal. And Essence wasn't just like any little raggedy little thing, okay? It's something precious, right? And so when you take ownership of it, most people will understand. Most people with business sense would say, okay, no, I'm going to continue this. It's just like if I went to Chick-fil-A, right, and I expect Chick-fil-A, and I go to Chick-fil-A and they say, no, we selling ribeye. You don't sell Chick-fil-A anymore? They say, no, we selling ribeye. I didn't come to Chick-fil-A for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's like. That's what it's like. Like if I went to Nigeria and it's giving me Egypt. I didn't come to Nigeria for that. I didn't come to Nigeria for Egypt. I came to Nigeria for Nigeria. See what I'm saying? So that's why we feel that if there was a goal, if there was a purpose, because Black America would have been we still are for the purpose, because we want Africa to thrive. That's why a lot of us are behind Burkina Faso and a lot of the other nations who are trying to get from under colonial rule. We want that, right? At the same time, when you come into America, you just can't jump You can't jump to America and say, I'm gonna take this from Black America and change it. Mm-mm. It's just like it would be dead wrong for us to go into Nigeria, Liberia, or anywhere else. I say Nigeria because I have cousins from Nigeria, so that's Nigeria's always there. But Nigeria did not do, no. It was a Liberian fan. That's another thing. It was a Liberian man. He was not Nigerian. Let's get that clear. This is a Liberian man. He's not Nigerian. I had so many comments, and it's too many to keep going after all night long. He's a Liberian man. But anyway, it's just you just can't. I just can't waltz on over there and then if say I'm a billionaire and then I just say I'm gonna take over these festivals from someone from people in Lagos and then say I'm gonna change the meaning. If I take over it, I want to make it better for them, not for me and Black Americans. I want to make it better for them. I want this. I want. If I take over it, I want the festival to be better for them. And then, what I will ask them: give me your input. What would you like? What would you like? Because I have to also be a good steward if I'm going to take over it. You see what I'm saying? I have to look at the people and see, okay, what the people want here. Okay, and then I have to whatever funds I get, I have to be able to not only employ the people in the area in the area, period, because they are the people of the festival. I, that makes the festival successful, and then they will actually be able to see have over they would be looking at me and saying, okay, is she doing this right, is she doing this proper, and they would tell me what they don't like and what they so I could stay within, so I could keep the respect, because that's good business, especially when it's a festival pertaining to them. Okay, that was not done in this case. Okay, when it came to Black America. And so that's what it is. There's no hatred. There's no hatred. I know that when people get in the comments and they just go, whoo, it goes all out. There's no hatred. There's a big misunderstanding. It's big, and so yeah, that's what's going on. But stop trying to make it something that it's not. Okay, stop trying to make it something, because I see people spinning it. Okay, and there are a lot of African people, continental African people, or people who migrated over here to live. They're like, oh, they understand perfectly what's going on, but there's a lot who don't. So don't fall for the narrative that Black Americans hate Africans, and please, Black Americans, don't fall for the hype that all African people want to use Black Americans. And honestly, if I was to go and want to do something with anyone on the continent, it wouldn't be the wealthy people. I would go with the strongest people, and those are the people that are further closer to the bottom. But I don't think there's this narrative talking about, oh, African people hate us. I don't think so. I don't think so. And Black Americans definitely don't hate African people. Don't spin a valid disagreement that Black America has, a valid one, into something else. If you don't know about the situation, look at the situation. So stop saying Black Americans hate, and stop saying that Africans hate, because that adds to, we're allowed to have valid disagreements, valid ones, especially when there's something fishy going on, real fishy going on between the billionaires and the leaders of the nations. There's something real fishy going on, and I know the people at the very bottom, they have not they don't know what's going on. They're trying to eat every day, but there's something real fishy going on with the top people. And just like the Bible says, the rich will exploit and oppress you. So yes, we have valid reasons as to why we are making an uproar. Valid. God don't lie.